Hello, boys and girls. We are managing Benevento. Peasant to Pope, episode 17, and we have some update. So, surprise, we have been promoted, but we didn't just promote to Serie A normally, we did it in style and we won Serie B. So, boys and girls, after a tough few seasons with the Pro Patria and then coming into Benevento after a short break of about 6 months, we managed to win the Serie B with Benevento. 78 points in 38 games, just 4 points above Brescia in a very tough end of the season. And we will go match by match and we will tell you the story of this season ending. So we managed an impressive 21 games without a defeat. The last defeat that we had was against Brescia here in 14th of December, a 2-0 defeat with Teodor and Vincenzo Milico scoring. In the meantime, we managed to buy Teodor in the winter transfer window. So what happened since our last episode? We had a couple of matches, some of them were tough, some of them were easier. We played Catania, we managed to win 2-0, had a marvelous inspiration to make a change in the starting 11, brought in Gianluca Gaetano for Alex Baena and put him as attacking midfielder with attack duty. He scored 2 goals at the break. I brought up along Isaac's success in the starting 11, the right winger Roberto Lopez. He started the second half with a nicely headed goal, but the VAR video assist referee said it was offside. They also scored in the 90 plus 1 minute, but the goal was also offside. After this we had 2 draws, 1-1 with Ternana. We had a bad game from 2 points of view. They equalized very late through Alfredo Donnarumma after I felt like we controlled most of the game and we probably deserved more than a draw. And we also lost Alberto Moreno through injury and we lost him for the remainder of the season. After this we managed just a draw with Crotone in a kind of an ugly game from our point of view. They scored in 84th minute, a match that I feel like we controlled a little bit better than them, but we managed to secure a draw through a goal by Isaac Success in 19th minute. After this, we managed 3 wins to secure the Serie B title against Brescia. We started a bit more defensive, had a chance through Gaetano also early, but no other highlights in the first half, so it was 0-0 at the break. Brescia scored immediately after halftime through Olivieri, which is a player that we also tried to buy during the winter transfer window, but he signed recently with Brescia and didn't want to change clubs. 53rd minute, Sofiankin is fouled and we get a penalty. He takes the ball and scores, very confident. Our first goal against Inzaghi's Brescia in 4 matches, so we lost 3 matches before without scoring against Brescia since I took over the Benevento hot seat. Second half comes with plenty of highlights, as we also try to play a little bit more offensive. They have shots, but our goalkeeper is on the spot. Success misses an incredible chance from the 6-yard box following a low cross from Viviani, but then in 83rd minutes he puts a chip past Joronen, the Brescia goalkeeper, and scores following another great pass from Viviani. Against Perugia, things were a little bit easier from this point of view. We managed to score early 2 goals through our central defender Varnier and then through Mattia Viviani, but then they managed to get one back through Giuseppe Fella. It was a little bit tense at the end, but we managed to go a little bit more defensive and we secured the 3 points. The last match was at home against Padova, a mid-table side, but it wasn't without a lot of emotions. They scored first in 50th minute after a very smooth first half without a lot of highlights, and then we managed to score 2 times through Mattia Viviani and Gianluca Gaetano in the second half, and we dominated a lot. So Mattia Viviani and Gianluca Gaetano with the 2 goals. Now if we are looking at the Serie A table, we see that Brescia comes along with us to Serie A, 74 points. Then these 6 teams are going to the playoffs: Parma, Perugia, Lecce, Spal, Salernitana and Alessandria. Now if we take a look at the squad, we see the best average rating is Marco Varnier, our central defender, and then it is there are also 2 other central defenders and our keeper, so Adama Sumaoro, who we brought in also during the winter transfer window. He played 10 matches. And then Leopold, the young Austrian defender, 21 years old, great addition to the squad since the beginning of the year. We didn't loan him out, we had the inspiration to keep him, and he played incredible in our system. Also I think our system and the fact that he had these 2 guys, Varnier and Sumaoro, to help him were big arguments for him to get this incredible average rating. Our keeper was probably our star. We were supposed to finish on 8th if we are looking at expected points. On expected goals, we are not that far. We over delivered our XG with 6 goals, but we managed to receive 16 goals less than the XGA, let's say the expected goals against. So this was mainly due to our defense and our goalkeeper, probably also due to the bad attacking options that the other teams had. You cannot take away the good performances from our good goalkeeper Daniel Bachmann. Then from the attacking side, we have Rasmus Højlund, who we secured for next year. He will join Benevento at the beginning of next season. Then we had Alberto Moreno, who is on loan, but we will 99% sign him for another season, even though he's 32. But we're going to Serie A, so we need a little bit of experience. Then we have Giacomo Caio, who I really like, our central midfielder. We will keep him also in Serie A. Matt Doherty and Tudor Baluzza, a guy that we brought in during the winter transfer window. Then we have Roberto Lopez, who I'm planning to keep. He's our top goal scorer, 15 goals, 7 assists, so I'm planning to keep this guy also for next year. Probably play him in a more central attacking role. He used to play this season a lot on the wings, especially on right wing, but he can play in any of the positions just behind the striker. If we are going to the tactics and see which positions do we really need for Serie A, of course we will need a little bit more quality, so I'm thinking also about a couple of quality players just to improve the squad. But if we are looking at the positions missing only, we will find that we have all the defense already sorted out. The 2 central midfielders, Caio and Viviani, that I want to keep. Roberto Lopez, who probably will play here as the advanced forward. We will have, of course, Rasmus Højlund, who we already bought. We have a lot of things to sort out until we are sure that we can go through Serie A without having the fear that we may go down as soon as possible. I think that is the long-term objective of Benevento, because as you know, in the past they used to be more of a yo-yo club. So they got promoted in 16-17, then relegated in 17-18, then again promoted. Then again stayed 2 years in Serie B and got promoted in 2020, and then relegated the next season and then promoted again. We are looking to the finances to see where we are and what can we actually do. What does the board allow us to do? What is worrying me is the transfer budget, which they have given us 581,000, which is quite low. Now, speaking of finances, this is the salary per annum, so the yearly salary in euros for these teams in Serie A. And if we are looking at this, the 26 million that we have is just above Frosinone, okay, double what Frosinone have, but not close to what Venezia has. So we will need somewhere, I think, in my opinion, a budget of around 33 to 35 million somewhere here, with kind of guarantee that you can build a team, at least with the experience that we have already from Serie C and Serie B, that we can build a team that can sustain their position in Serie A, and you would have a guarantee that you can keep your place in Serie A. We may want on short term to achieve a little bit more if we can, and if we can get some scoops from the transfer market, we can bring in those amazing players on loan, or some young talent and stuff like this. I don't know, that can happen. Of course, we can get some players also end of contract. There are a lot of possibilities, but this is pretty much where we are standing. First trophy, Serie B. We are going forward, Peasant to Pope, one step closer, and we are in Serie A.